the Southern Ohio Farm Show. This is Gigi Neal of OSU Extension in Claremont County, Agricultural and Natural Resources Educator.
I'm James Morris, the Agricultural and Natural Resources and Community Development Educator for the Ohio State University Extension in Brown County.
And I'm Brooke Beam, the Ohio State University Extension Educator for Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Community Development in Highland County. And we will be your hosts for the Southern Ohio Farm Show.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for the Southern Ohio Farm Show. Today is July 8th, 2020, and we're back again this week with another wide variety of topics, including some Highland County 4-H members who will be showing off some of their projects for this year. And we will also have some tips on video production. So those of you who have been following along with us at home over the last several months, this is a great opportunity for you to get some tips on how you can do video production at home. We will also have Dave Apsley back again this week. We'll be talking about tree identification, and this week's tree will be the Buckeye tree. But first, we're going to kick things off with Aaron Wilson, our state climatologist, who's going to give us an update on this heat wave.
Hi, everybody. Aaron Wilson, OSU Extension climatologist here with the weather update for the Southern Ohio Farm Show. So certainly July has come in quite toasty across the Buckeye State. We're in the midst of a long stretch of 90-degree weather, something we really haven't seen since about 2012. Over the last 7 days, our temperatures have been averaging anywhere from 2 to 6 degrees above average, and they've been warmer than average over the last 30 days as well, a couple of degrees here across Southern Ohio. As far as precipitation goes, it's been a lot of have and have-nots, which is sort of typical for the summertime where you see those heavier thunderstorms. But in general, the state has gone dry. Certainly, we're losing the topsoil moisture quite quickly here. The surface is drying out. And except for those isolated pockets of heavier rain, things are getting a little bit parched out there. Now, speaking of heavy rain, we had reports this past Monday of nearly 3 inches of rain in parts of Claremont and Hamilton counties that fell in just 30 minutes. So a lot of rainfall can come down in this soupy hot air mass, and we're expecting that pattern to really continue this week. We've got scattered thunderstorms today, tomorrow, and then into Friday. We have a weak cold front moving through the area that's going to provide a focus for more widespread showers and thunderstorms, and then we're going to linger those showers and thunderstorms, at least a small threat throughout the weekend. Our temperatures are going to cool down after Friday. We'll get out of those 90s and get back into the mid to upper 80s for the weekend and into the first part of next week. Overall, the next 7 days, we're only looking at about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of widespread precip, although, again, those locally heavier downpours could produce a quick 1 to 2 inches. Looking at the 8 to 14-day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, really high confidence of seeing above average temperatures. Our highs are likely to go back into the 90s midweek next week. And along with that, we're also looking at a strong likelihood of below average precipitation as well. So we could start to see a little bit of crop issues, crop stress out there, especially when it's combined with some compaction issues on the roots and things like that. So something to keep an eye on and to kind of watch how our pastures perhaps degrade a bit as the water dries up as well. So until next time, enjoy your week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Danielle Combs, and I'm one of the 4-H educators in Highland County. Throughout the spring and summer, 4-H members have been working on their projects, learning new things in preparation to showcase their hard work at judging and fair. The videos you're about to watch are just some of the members who take pride in their work and are showcasing their animals.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn Baldwin, and I'm 13 years old and going to be an 8th grader at Greenfield Middle School. This is my 5th year taking market hogs, and today I'd like to share with you a little bit about my project. This is my little sister, Aubrey Baldwin. She's 10 years old and going to be a 2nd year 4-H member. Our 4-H club is called the Highland Harvesters. These are our pigs, Buzz, Bubba, Milky Way, and Twix. Right now, these pigs weigh between 80 and 100 pounds. But by fair week, we want these pigs to weigh between 250 and 275 pounds. To do this, we are currently feeding a complete feed with 18% protein, but we will soon switch to a feed with 16% protein. Some things I've learned in the past several years taking a market hog project are how to keep my animals comfortable. During the summer heat, we have a big fan that blows cool air towards the pigs. Me and my sister also come down to the barn several times a day to wet down the skin of the pigs. This helps keep the pigs cool, and we want the pigs to stay cool so that they continue to eat and keep a strong rate of gain. Each morning and evening we clean out the pens of our pigs. Right now we are bedding with straw bedding, but we will soon switch to pine shavings. Shavings help keep the pigs comfortable and help cushion their feet as they rapidly gain weight. Each day we take our pigs for a walk. This gives them a chance to exercise and build muscle, but in the heat of the summer I have to be careful not to get them too hot. After an evening walk, the pigs get a shower down to help them cool off. Part of walking with pigs is teaching them to sew well and be cooperative when it comes time to go to the show ring. This takes a lot of patience and work, and some pigs don't listen very well. If they do a good job, we reward them by brushing them and giving them a snack, like these marshmallows or maybe a vanilla wafer. Each day, we check their feeders or hand feed 2 or 3 times a day. We clean beds and replace the bedding every day. We also make sure that their water cups are clean and they have fresh water at all times. Once a week, we weigh our market pigs and record their weight. This helps me know how fast they are growing, and I can start to project what they may weigh at fair time. I can start to hand feed my pigs in July and August to make sure that each pig is getting enough to continue to gain weight without getting fat. In addition to weight records, 4-H record books help me learn how to budget and record my actual costs so that I know if my project is profitable by the end of the year. Thank you for letting me share a little bit about my market hog project today.
Hi, my name is Sydney Hamilton, and I am a 7-year member of Highland County Poultry, Pigs, and Lambs 4-H Club. I have been showing goats for 5 years now, and this year I have my gift Tater Tot here, and he is a market boar wether. He was born in February, and I walk him or run him every single day, and I also practice showing him daily just to get ready for the fair. I'm excited to get to show him at the Highland County Fair this year. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Sam Hamilton, and I'm a 7-year member of the Highland County Poultry, Pigs, and Lambs. Now, during the 7 years we've been raising chickens, we've been raising market and laying hens. This is one of our laying hens. It's a Golden Comet. It's basically a cross between a Rhode Island Red and a Plymouth Rock. And they're pretty good egg layers. We just got an egg from them about a week ago. They started laying. They do pretty well. Normally, on a good year, we normally have to get rid of some eggs to family and friends because we have too many. And it's filling up our refrigerator. So I'll be excited to show them this year at the Highland County Fair, and we'll see you all there.
Hi, my name is Keaton Smith, and I'm 11 years old. This is my 2nd year at 4-H. I am in the Beaufort Dairy and Livestock 4-H Club. My project is dairy heifers, which are non-milking. Dairy animals produce milk to make cottage cheese, milk, ice cream, and anything else. I feed and water them every day and wash them regularly. Before the fair, I clip their hair to make them look good before the fair. During the fair, I make sure they have clean water and bedding, and I wash them every day. During a show, we wear all white. Sometimes I'll be asked how old the animal it is, or if it's bred and when due. I have to memorize these dates. This is one of my calves. It's a winter yearling, and it was born in December of 2018. I showed this calf last year as well. I will take 5 calves to the fair this year. We will pick the 5 best from our herd. My favorite part of dairy is walking and working with my animals. I also enjoy milking the cows and feeding bottle calves on our farm. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Aston Bain. I'm a member of the Highland County Poultry, Pigs, and Lambs 4-H Club. One of my projects this year is beef breeding. This is my second year taking this project. I have started my own herd by purchasing a couple heifers. One of my heifers I purchased last year is one that I started showing in the summer of 2019 and have continued to show her during the fall, winter, and this summer. As I make this video, I am currently at the National Junior Shorthorn Show, participating in various contests and shows throughout the week. I will continue showing her till the fall, and then I wait for her to produce a calf towards the beginning of the year. My days begin in the barn working heifers with feeding and rinsing and working hair, and then come to the end of the day and we do the same thing over again. As you can tell, my days begin and end in the cattle barn. I have learned a variety of things with my project, not only how to show and daily care of my heifer, but how to detect heat cycles to be able to get heifers or cows bred, how to prepare them to be bred, and how to artificially inseminate. I am excited to see the calves that my heifers produce. Hopefully they will become ones that I can show, but ultimately they will be the ones that help me continue to build my own herd. Another thing that has to become important with raising heifers is record keeping. I have to keep track of heat cycles and when they are bred. I also keep track of vaccinations. With this project, I have learned things not only about cattle, but things that will help me throughout my life, like responsibility. I have to feed and water my cows daily, plan my day around feeding times, daily care, and hopefully schoolwork comes this fall. Confidence from things like showing, grooming, public speaking, and working with others, the friendship I have made from kids all across the state of Ohio, and ones that have made raising cattle enjoyable. So as you can tell, just because our lives have changed during this pandemic, mine has stayed the same, or maybe I have put more time working in the barn.
Hi, I'm Sophie Young. I'm 15 years old. I am president of the Marshall Stockman 4-H Club. I have been in 4-H for 10 years. I started as a clover bud. Today, I'm going to show you my market lamb project.
This is where I keep my projects. Several are wearing blankets to keep them cool and free of fly bites. My lambs also wear muzzles because they like to chew on their leg wool when they are bored. My papa hooked up a thermostat, so my fans come on at 70 degrees to cool the barn. I have mats where I practice working my lambs for the show ring. We have a wash area, and also an exercise area. Exercise is very important to the development of my market lamb. The lambs spend most of their time in small pens. The walker allows them to get out more and also teaches them to walk with their heads up. I also get the opportunity to observe them walking. This helps me look for potential problems with their feet and legs. After exercise, I rinse and condition legs of my lambs. This helps keep their leg wool nice and fluffy. I also take time to check for fungus, trim herbs, or treat my animal for any illness. This is a great opportunity to train my lamb to stand in one position for a long period of time. Once I am done conditioning legs, I will practice bracing my lamb in preparation for show. Some lambs require more time than others.
It's been a crazy year. We weren't even sure we were going to have a county fair. But there was never any doubt that I would have a livestock project in the barn. But there's one thing I have learned from having a 4-H market lamb project. Livestock is unpredictable. There is no guarantee you will make it into the show ring. So have a good time and learn from your experience.
That was some great information on 4-H projects. We look forward for other 4-H members to showcase their projects and maybe try something new the following year. We also look forward to having new members in 4-H, so contact your local extension office to find out more. Now we'll turn the program over to Brooke, where she's going to teach us some video production to help us improve our skills in videography.
So you want to make a video to connect with your follows during social distancing. That's a great idea. Let me help you get started with some video production basics. Did you know that it is anticipated that 85% of the United States internet consumption is predicted to consist of videos this year? It's a perfect time to learn video production skills. The best part is you probably already have everything you need to make a quality video right inside your mobile device. There are 5 basic rules to video production. These basic rules consist of the rule of thirds, how to orient your mobile device, using tripods, lighting, and audio. But first, let's discuss some key terms. The primary content of a film usually is an interview. B-roll is not the primary content, but it is an additional content that is relevant to what the subject matter is. B-roll can be used to cover cuts in the editing process, but mostly it draws the attention to the subject matter that you are discussing. For example, B-roll could be drone footage of a fresh snowstorm. So maybe you're showing how the snow is on the trees, or however you wanted to show that. Post refers to the process of editing and manipulating video content in editing software. The frame rate of a high-definition television is 24 frames per second. Think of a frame as an image in an old-fashioned flip book. Calculating the frame rate is important when you're using stop-motion techniques. The minimum length that I would recommend filming for is 10 seconds because it usually takes our brains that long to register what is happening on a screen. The rule of thirds is how to align a person in a frame. Divide your screen into thirds vertically and horizontally. You will want to align the individual's face on one of the upper intersection points. Always film with your mobile device in a horizontal position. This allows for the best viewing experience on a television or a computer. Only use a vertical orientation if you are specifically making something for a mobile platform like Instagram or TikTok. Tripods are very important and relatively inexpensive. Tripods keep your videos stable and greatly increase the quality of the video. Your subject matter should be well lit. Use lamps or other household lights to help set the stage for your video. For instance, if you are in a kitchen, use the lights over the stove to add depth to the scene. Try lighting examples to see where the placement of the lights best impact the representation of your subject matter. Audio is one of the hardest things to control with video production. Avoid areas where there are distracting background noises like heaters, air conditioner units, televisions, people talking, or loud animals. To avoid echoes, go someplace where there are few hard surfaces. You may find that your bedroom is a great place to record narration because of all the soft blankets and pillows that are able to absorb the echoes. If you decide you want to include music into your video, make sure to check the attribution requirements and whether there is a royalty to use the music. 2 websites to search for free music are the YouTube Audio Library and Free Music Archive. Once you get the basics of video production, you can move on to more advanced techniques. Stop motion is a great way to learn about frame rates and elementary animation. A free app that you can use is called Stop Motion, which allows you to take pictures that are stitched into a video. Unmanned aerial vehicles, also known as drones, provide a new perspective on subjects. Sometimes it is a great way to show the scope and size of a project through a drone video. I wish you the best of luck with your video production projects. Video production can be a lot of fun once you learn the basics and are able to understand these concepts. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to contact me via email at beam.49@osu.edu.
Thank you, Brooke, for the information on video production practices. Now we all know a little bit more of how we can produce family videos or events in a better manner. Now we'll turn the program over to Dave Apsley with some Buckeye tree ID information. That way we can become better at identifying our trees out in our woodlots and our backyards.
In that the leaflets attach to one point on the stem or the rachis, like the fingers at the palm of your hand. It's known as palmately compound. Typically they'll have 5 leaflets. Leaflets are normally between 3 and 6 inches long when they're mature. Leaves are also arranged oppositely. Where you have one leaf, there's typically one on the opposite side of the branch, just like your arms. You'll have one on each side of your body. That's where the buds occur too, the lateral buds. So that's where branches begin to form. So branches tend to be opposite. And you can look further back on the tree and you can see the larger branches are also paired or opposite from one another. Ohio Buckeye is known for its fruit and named for its fruit. And those fruit are occur after these spikes of flowers. You'll have these tall spikes with these light yellow colored flowers. These are done and spent, and you can actually see the buckeye starting to form. What we're seeing now is the husk. The husk is real spiny, and as that fruit matures, the husk kind of envelops the spines and you'll have a bumpy or warty husk. And inside that husk is the nut, which we're all very familiar with, the Ohio Buckeye. They tend to be, maybe about the size of a quarter in diameter, ebony, real dark in color when they mature. Ohio Buckeye bark is really not very descriptive. There's nothing that makes it real easy. It kind of gets quirky. This one's starting to produce some splits in it as well. Ohio Buckeye typically occurs in most of Ohio, but it's much more predominant in the northern and western part of the state. In the southeastern part of the state where it's unglaciated, we tend to have more yellow buckeye, which we'll talk about later. It's a tree that can get to be relatively large. It can survive in the understory, but can also become a large mature tree, 60 to 80 feet in height. Again, this is our state tree, the Ohio Buckeye.
Thanks for those tips, Dave. And always remember, if you need help identifying any trees or other plants, be sure to contact your local extension office. Now that's all that we have for you today. Thanks again for joining us this week on the Southern Ohio Farm Show. We'll see you back here next week on Wednesday, July 15th.